was knock this. Mike's in a new position today. Not used to it. What do you miss the most about Myanmar aside from family?
The food. I'm a simple person.
What is Myanmarese food?
It's a mix of like Viet with Thai with Indian, Burmese.
Burmese. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, Burma was the colonial name for Myanmar, as it's officially known now, because they used to be colonized by the British, and then the military junta took control.
Fucking British, man.
I know.
The British they fucked up the world so much in so many ways. Both ask a Canadian. And as an Asian
where
person.
we have the queen who's not even,
God. Dude, we'd be so much better if we weren't attached. Anyway, sorry. Another podcast. We can go on a Canadian podcast and do that.
Totally.
Yeah. So Burmese food.
Yeah. So again, it's like a mix of like everything you see in Southeast Asia. Like there's a heavy coconut element, like Thai. There's also like smelly fish elements, like Vietnam and Cambodia.
Right, because you guys you're not by the water. The majority of you is not by the water, right? Are you landlocked?
No. So we are landlocked by Thailand and something else. Somewhere else.
Right, yeah.
Again, my geography.
Sorry, I thought it was like a political
I'm
statement.
hate myself for exposing this.
It's okay. It's okay. So it's between Thailand and somewhere else. So, but you are landlocked, right?
Yeah.
So you have a lot of coconuts then,
Yes.
right? Because you get that tropical climate.
Yeah.
Coconuts grow inland; they don't grow by the water.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
because like the coconuts in a lot of the islands, they do grow on islands, but I think the farms are inland.
I mean, coconuts grow on the beach, so like.
Yeah, but not like I'm talking about like farming wise, right?
Gotcha,
Where they're like all
in mass
lined
amounts.
up in perfect,
sure.
like you do with flowers.
Yeah,
I think
for
that those are inland. I think.
Most probably.
Yeah, Myanmar. Food. What else? I've never been. I don't think that's like on a lot of people's top.
So you'd be surprised if you ask anyone
Right.
randomly about Myanmar, they'll usually reply, "Oh my God, I want to visit. I want to visit all the pagodas."
But that's
and, like,
here, isn't it? Like the only place I would say is like Yangon.
Yeah,
Right.
but there's also like Bagan and like
Oh, right,
Mandalay,
it's Bagan. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Where those like hot air balloons are.
But if you ask your average person from the Greek ghetto,
they probably would not have it as a destination.
Yeah, they probably couldn't point it out on the map.
Yeah.
They'd be like, their geography will probably be worse than yours.
Yeah, yeah,
that's-
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, actually, like one of the reasons, like I also never identified as Chinese before is because my parents were from Myanmar. I identified as Burmese.
Right.
They spoke Burmese and English at home, and that's
Oh,
why my
really?
Chinese sucks. It's abysmal.
Oh, this makes so much. I'm learning so
Chinese-
much about you. You have an autistic brother. It's
My Chinese is better than my parents' Chinese now.
sure.
Yeah, my mom's accent is so cute.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. So they're in where, Yangon or Abandon?
So my mother's side is still in Yangon, and my dad's side pretty much all immigrated to Toronto or the States.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck, I gotta make it out there. Man, this COVID thing's really gotta slow down.
It's it's got to end.
Especially in Myanmar, otherwise how am I gonna go,
Exactly,
right? Yeah,
exactly.
Fuck. But I do think it's gonna be soon, at least like for us. Like I think at least within, because the hub is gonna open up around China, right? So I think like Asia and Southeast Asia are probably gonna be the first places that open.
Oh, absolutely. I agree.
How's it in Thailand right now? Do you know?
I think they're going through a second wave plateau.
Yeah.
I might be wrong. I might be making that up. But they seem fine based on my friends' stories on Instagram,
Yeah.
They're living life. They're going to fine dining. They are
me too. Yeah. I see the same thing.
Right? So I'm like, they're okay if they can do this.
So smart. I didn't even think of that. We can do something else if you want. We can have a beer. We can open up a different bottle.
Sure. We can...
I wish I had white, actually. My bad.
I wish you had white as well.
Sorry.
That's
Next
okay.
time.
It's okay.
We'll do it for mints.
We can just, whiten our teeth together later.
Do you do that after you drink red? Does Min do that?
So, we use a whitening function on our electric toothbrushes.
Oh.
It's just a more vigorous... It's like Honda. It's Honda's product.
Okay.
He'll hook it up.
Yeah.
At a discount.
So what is it? It's like a toothbrush,
it's an electric
condom,
toothbrush
or what?
that has different strengths and
thing.
velocities.
So it's a toothbrush vibrator.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? It's just like a normal electric toothbrush.
Okay. That you put
That has a whitening function, yeah.
through
and
like
he
a
also
powder that you refill or some shit, right?
Well, So he has a separate product for that, where it's a UV light.
Yeah. Oh, of course he has. Yeah.
You know.
Cool.
So for those of you who don't know, Hongda is our dentist friend.
Yes.
From Montreal.
Yes. Also Canadian.
Also Canadian. Also Asian.
Man, we know a lot of Canadians here, actually.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
A little too much sometimes.
Yeah. Happy belated Thanksgiving.
Oh, thank you. I was about to say. Yeah, we have our own Thanksgiving.
I forget it every year.
So do I, until someone says, "Hey, are we doing Canadian Thanksgiving dinner this year?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I guess we are."
Yeah. You guys went to like one of the 2 Canadian restaurants.
Hungry Lungs Kitchen.
Hungry, like Lungs or Talks. Yeah, those are your only 2 options.
Oh, yeah. Little taste of home.
Not the biggest fan of Canadian food, though, to be honest with you.
All we have is poutine.
No, that's not true.
And there's syrup.
No.
What else do we have?
That, like, fucking, that drink. That, yeah, this is a great example.
You can't even name it.
Bloody Caesar.
What's a Bloody Caesar?
It's like a Bloody Mary, but with a Caesar.
Oh, what's so creative of us? Wow.
Fuck you.
Like, seriously?
Yeah, that's a Canadian thing. Bacon. Canadians are known for their bacon, I think.
I mean, right? Everywhere has bacon, though. It's not, like, unique to us, right?
What is Vancouver food? I think Vancouver food is just, like...
Cantonese.
No, that's mean. I think Vancouver food is a lot of just, like, nice white people food with fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of different, you know, like shit you eat at like a boathouse type of restaurant.
Yeah, yeah.
To be fair, though, those restaurants are really nice. I really like them. Like the ones that are just sitting by the water. And,
yeah. It's weird. Like, I miss Cantonese food from Toronto.
Why?
Just because I grew up with it, and I love, like, seafood chow mein. They don't have, like, well, only Chaz has that stuff. You know, like the seafood chow mein stuff and the lo mein.
And what else? Not dim sum, like Hong Kong food.
Yeah, like...
Because there's definitely dim sum.
Yeah, dim sum here is great, but I find that I couldn't find, like, normal Canto-style junk food restaurants here, except for one. But the Canto food in Toronto is really unique as well. It just tastes too good. Maybe it's the MSG.
It's definitely the MSG. There's so much MSG in Chinese food. It's fucking ridiculous. Excuse me. What did you eat growing up then? Like, was it a Burmese food?
Oh, yeah. My mom would cook Burmese food.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, like, Chinese food is new to you?
No, I mean, she made Chinese food too, but, like, really simple ones. Like,
isn't it really fascinating how, like, food travels?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because like, take curry, for example. I think maybe a lot of people don't understand this. There's so many different types of curries, right? In different textures and different thicknesses, and used for different, like everything from like Burmese to Thai to Indian and Japanese
curry. True.
It's so fucking interesting how it travels. But then when you go to like Europe and everything, it's so very different.
Is there a European curry?
No. But it's like, sorry, I meant like European food.
Got you.
But like European food is almost like similar as well. And then you go like South America, which is like a whole different thing, right? I find that really interesting. I love food.
Food is like it travels so well. It's the diaspora of like
what a word.
Its own genre.
What a word! Cheers! I'll drink to diaspora.
Yeah.
But you and Min, you guys go out and eat a lot here. I want to do them more. Some of the best places I've been is because of you guys.
Oh, really?
So
I'm so happy to hear that.
I don't go out very much. Yeah. And like I think as I get older, the more I like. I think my flavor profile aligns pretty well with Min's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So probably my wine profile as well. You know, but like everything we've gone out and eat to, I was like, yes,
perfect,
more of this.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, how do you know it's not me who picks all the places?
I see him ordering.
That's because I tell him to order because he knows what to get because I've had it before.
I'll ask him when he comes on this podcast. All right, we'll save it for
you might hear a different opinion, but
no, like that fucking man, this is so cool about Shanghai. I'm really falling in love with Shanghai again. Just the wide array of high quality food you get here now.
Yeah, you can have any freaking cuisine you want.
Like at a very high quality.
Yes, exactly. That's the beauty of the city.
You've been here long enough. That was not the case.
I
even
agree.
6 years ago,
Yep.
6 years
I
ago,
agree.
right?
Yep.
Like when we came here, if you want a nice Western food, you had to go
It
to
costs
McDonald's.
you an arm or a leg
Okay,
as well to go to like,
Yeah.
the Bund or something.
Did those places exist when you first came here?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, like the really nice ones?
Yes.
They would just be fucking expensive.
Yep. Out of reach for a student like me.
Oh, yeah.
Back then.
Sure.
Then, Yeah.
Fuck. You're still a student. That's so weird. I'm
Technically,
sorry.
I've graduated.
You did. Congratulations.
But
This is our celebration.
I don't know if I'd rather be a student or a graduate, though. I've left the warm bosom of my university.
Yeah.
And I'm out in this cold, cold world.
No, you're doing fine. It's COVID. You can blame it on COVID.
Do you blame it on COVID?
It's not your fault. It's COVID's fault.
Yeah. C'est la vie.
Are you looking for jobs right now? What is this post? I don't even know. Look, I have no idea how this process works. So you finish your last med exam,
right?
and
so
you're supposed to go to like residency or some shit. I think, right?
Exactly.
Which is like an internship.
Residencies.
I sound like a terrible Asian right now. I know, but
it's not an internship. Well, it's like a paid internship in a way where you're training to a very specific field, right? Like you gotta pick something, right?
That's a fucking internship. Oh, okay. I guess it depends on the internship. Yeah, more like an apprenticeship.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. So I don't know. The process for me was always finish med school here, apply to residency in the States afterwards, and COVID has like shut down the bedside exam that we can only take in the States.
Right.
Because the situation for COVID there is obviously not resolved. And
oh, really?
Yeah. Sarcasm. But since I can't apply this year because of that, in the meanwhile, I'm in the middle of taking my license exam still.
Cool.
So I'm focusing on that. And if I can get a very low paying job at a good hospital here, I'll take it. I'll take it. Of course.
What were like, I know a couple of people in your program, right? That I've met before you. So I knew there were a lot of international people. But when I first heard about this program, I was like, this is not real.
Why did it feel unreal to you?
Oh man, this is going to sound really terrible.
No, just say it. I'm really curious.
I just found it so unreal that somebody as talented, and it's not just you, like Chena, Mish, all these people, you're very smart people who, if you want to do med school, couldn't you have done that in Canada? Like, why are you traveling halfway across the world to come to China to do it at a Chinese university?
That's a very good question.
Yeah, but I guess
a question I also asked myself.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So
was it the money or?
It was. Oh, yeah. The tuition first is way, way cheaper.
Yeah.
We are going to be the only medical students in the world who graduate debt free.
Oh.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Debt free. Completely debt free.
So, like, a guy I went to high school with, he just, I think it's the same year as you, and he just got accepted somewhere in Cleveland. So you tell me this dude has, like, a ton of debt. He went to, I think, like, Vancouver. And
out-of-state tuition can be up to, like, the $90K a year.
Holy
or more.
Shit.
In-state is around, like, 40 to 50 a year already.
What is it here?
A
lot less.
a lot less.
Yeah.
I'll just say it because
they pay you to be here, don't they?
This is a Googleable fact, so I'm just gonna spill the number.
Yeah.
It's about $15,000 US a year here, right? And plus, obviously, for international students, I came because I was like, okay, let's go on this adventure. Let's take this ride.
Right.
I want to connect with my Asian roots.
Oh shit! Okay.
And I wouldn't mind living continents away from my dad. Our relationship has improved so much since distance.
Hey, sometimes that helps. Cheers.
Absolutely, you know how it is.
But how is the degree from Donghua, which is where you go, right?
Fudan.
Fuck. See, this is how.
This is how you get to know your friends.
No. I was gonna say this is my equivalent of geography.
Oh,
just
university
I
names.
don't know anything about China or their universities. So Fudan, how is Fudan viewed like as upon graduation? Like, how does that look on your medical CV? Or does that even matter?
So Fudan is like, they say it's the Harvard of China.
The what?
The Harvard of China. It's
cool.
like the third ranked university in all of China.
Okay.
And they just have like 5 campuses in Shanghai already.
Yeah, they got a lot.
Yeah, a lot. So on the resume, I think it would, translate to a good school that has recognition around the world. And I don't know, I had a lot of classmates from all over: Thailand, the States, Canada, Europe, Italy, things like Spain, things like that.
How much? What is the percentage of international people?
So
in
my
program
class specifically is only international people, only. Okay. So we don't. There's a separate program for local students, and that program's taught in Chinese.
I was going to say, yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's so fucking fascinating. And what is it? Remind me again. What is the degree, or I guess the specialty you're graduating?
It's called MBBS, which stands for Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery.
So you want to be a surgeon, right? Yes, I do remember now. Yeah.
Well, no. I want to be a neurologist.
Man, I am a terrible friend.
An internal medicine neurologist. I mean,
it's the same thing.
I mean, you're like,
it's the same
there.
thing.
I did want to be a surgeon at some point until I realized, oh my God, my knees are a bit too fragile.
It's okay. You don't have to defend me. It's my fault. I appreciate it.
I can't see you like this, man. It hurts. It's like, no, you do know me. It's okay.
You know what? I'm making an effort.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
No, this
A
is...
for effort. A for effort.
I'm sorry.
And how about you? What did you,
Okay, so it's equal, right? Like, it's,
I mean, I can even get to know you better, too. So, like, why did you first move to China?
I came here on a coin flip.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You so would say that.
I know, right?
Okay, elaborate.
So basically, I was at a point in my life where I was fairly unhappy. I wanted to move to Germany and like try pursuing playing semi-professional soccer. I was like 22.
That's so cool. You could have been the next Ronaldo.
Nope, highly unlikely. But the way I rationalized it was I finished my degree, and I might have been good enough to play at like a 4th division or 3rd division for 2-3 years. And I think when you're in your early 20s and you're competing at that high of a level and you genuinely loved it, which I did, and you're getting paid like a decent amount. I think, at 4th division Germany was like 20,000 euros a year, which at 23 is more than you need, I think, right? But it's like everything's paid for, right? Because you're with the team, and at least you get the chance to improve better.
Yeah.
But that didn't work out. I re-herniated my L5.
Oh,
yeah, I think this we talked about. Yeah. And then, there was a time where like I couldn't sit.
Yep.
Like forget running or playing at that level. Like I couldn't sit. Yeah. And then I just needed a break. So I flipped a coin. Heads, it would have been Rio de Janeiro.
Wow.
Yeah, 100% true. This was like January 2013. Yeah. Tails was in Shanghai. And I think the reasoning at the time was my dad was in China and he had one of his offices in Shanghai, and I could liaison and at least have a place to stay if I got hit by a car, somebody would be here, right? But that did not work out very well at all. Dear. Yeah, I was gone from there within like a week. But no, that's why I came up Tails, came to Shanghai. Flip. Yeah. I was supposed to be here for about 2 months. Met 2 really good guy friends. We shared an apartment together, and it was like some of the happiest times of my life. They're both. I still stay in touch with both. I actually just called one of them last week.
Nice.
And Shanghai, like once she grabs a hold of you, it's
she is a tenacious beast.
Yeah, like it's hard to escape.
I have also fallen victim to this curse of Shanghai. Or I don't know. It's like a love potion.
I told you, I'm getting around again. Like I'm starting to fall in love again. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
You want some? Yeah. Open the other bottle.
Do the Kanto tap.
Yeah. How long you been here?
Since 2012.
Okay, so a year before me.
Yeah, we are veterans.
Man, it's been a while, for sure. But no, that's why I came to Shanghai, and I think the back thing. Yeah, I remember when we talked about this at Lucy's birthday last year. It's really difficult, I think. People don't understand how helpful Eastern medicine can be, even just as a placebo effect.
Right, exactly.
Right, because that's actually one of the reasons why I came back, or one of the reasons why I stayed. Because like my back's pretty good now. Like you see me, I'm fairly mobile. It's not great, you know.
To get some acupuncture for that and stuff.
So all I did was acupuncture, moxibustion, and Chinese medicine. And I am currently a huge proponent of TCM. I don't do it, but that's just because I don't understand it, but like I would love, if I ever had time, I would love to dive deep into like the herbal aspect of the
herbal aspect.
Yeah, you know, like the tongue part, acupuncture, all that shit, great. Moxibustion, great. You know, but those have been studied. Like I want to go deep into like the herbal combination and the, you know, they get those like out tongue, like they're cool, like they're so fucking bitter.
Yeah. The disgusting stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But especially, you know, because I also have a bad stomach and the effect it has on my stomach.
Could really help your digestive system. Yeah, that's true.
But I firmly believe that was a big reason why my back is more or less okay now.
Okay. Funny anecdote from my med school days.
Yeah.
I think
that was like 3 months ago. Okay, let's
hey. Well,
started to trash talk med school already.
Oh, you're so mean. Yeah. But who can say that during their med school years, my classmates and I practiced acupuncture on each other?
What? Is that illegal?
Yeah, why not?
Wait, you just fucking like stick needles in each other?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, and we had to stick it in ourselves, which is the most mentally challenging thing. You know, I can't imagine being a diabetic. I'm so thankful, you know, and my heart goes out to all those who have to inject themselves on
my grandmother.
Yeah.
She does it herself.
It's tough. It's tough. I mean, you definitely get used to it, and there's something called needle fatigue. But
for sure.
Yeah, we stuck acupuncture needles in each other, and that was great.
Yeah, that sounds like a sexual thing, but I'm sure that was absolutely not a sexual thing.
Yeah, and I had a really fun study group where if we lost a bet against each other, then we'd be on the receiving end of the needle prick.
That sounds like a good study group.
It was.
It sounds like it was an effective, you know, like study group. Yeah. So what you prick like your veins, because acupuncture, there's a couple of different types, right? There's like ones where you just go in and out. So there's
like the electrode one as well.
Yeah, like where you like vibrate it a little, like you flick it,
and you literally stick electrodes on it. And you turn
I've never tried
a machine on, and it literally contracts your muscles for you. No, it's great. No. It's great. It's really great. It helped relieve my friend's shoulder tension. She had a really bad.
Well, I'm absolutely believe that acupuncture works.
Yeah.
Like I'm fully there, but like it is not fun.
No.
Maybe I'm just like a little bitch. Like I'm fully okay with that.
I think we're all little bitches in the sense where we don't like to get pricked.
But like these needles, just so people understand, they're not like the injection needles you get when you know get tested for HIV, right?
They're very thin, very thin. And when they go in you actually barely feel anything.
Ooh.
It's like a little pinch, and then once it's in you, you don't really feel it in you anymore. Whereas like if you stuck a syringe in you can definitely still feel if that syringe is in you, you know?
So I am a little bit bitch, I feel like, because I do not agree with that statement at all. Like, that shit fucking hurts. So this is how they explain it to me, right? Because my back was pretty fucked up at the time. Once again, I couldn't sit, right? And they were like, the more it hurts, the more effective it is right now. So like for me, certain areas hurt much, much more. But like they hurt.
Yeah.
And it was just like somebody stuck this like little fucking rubber needle in me. And then like some dude is like when they went in and out, that's the first time. I didn't know that's the thing. But like literally
they
like
twinge it. There's a twinging technique. Woo.
Oh, no bueno. Having said that, the feeling afterwards was amazing. You know, and then so what they did was I was under acupuncture for like 10-15 minutes and then moxibustion for like 45 or something, because the idea is that like the needle, and this is traditional Chinese medicine, so do not quote me on this, right? But from how I remember, the idea was that when the needle goes in, they puncture the humidity, like the moisture.
They
right?
let it release.
Yeah, they release it, and then the moxibustion sucks it out.
Yeah.
Which makes a ton of sense.
No, physiologically, that is what happens. You're literally poking a hole in your skin, and then you're using fire cupping. I call it fire cupping.
Okay.
To, you know, suck all that crap out.
No, fire cupping is that cup thing. No, I'm talking about like there was like this worm. It was in like a wooden box, and not like a real worm, you know, like an incense that is like a long incense.
Oh.
It's moxie. It's different. It's different than cupping. I think the effect is the same.
No, I know what you're talking about.
It's
I've seen those. Different smell,
but
they have the same effect.
Yeah, sure.
They essentially, draw out all the oxygen in that under the cup, and that creates the suction effect, right? But we also practice fire cupping on each other too.
No,
it was so awesome.
Fire cupping?
Yeah, literally with like alcohol.
You make the fire.
Yeah, alcohol, cotton balls drowned in alcohol. Yeah. And you had to be really swift with the motion. You had to light that shit on fire, put it under the cup, then trap the fire and remove the cotton ball all at the same time.
And then put it on the skin.
Yeah, on the skin.
You'd be like a great hibachi grillman, just the same thing. It's the same motion.
I won't lie. I think I burned my friend.
For sure.
But it's okay because he lost the bet.
Dude,
so he had to be our guinea pig that day.
Did you ever do it on yours?
Yeah, I've gotten it done, not from a classmate. Okay. I've gone to a place to get fire cupping done. Yeah. They say the darker a circle is, it correlates to a certain organ system, and that organ system will be unhealthy because that circle is really dark.
Dude, every time I do it, it's all purple. It ain't even red, It's not even pink, right? No, it's fucking like dark purple. That's what they tell me too, which once again makes a lot of sense theoretically.
Circulation. It's all about the meridian lines. But for me, meridian lines didn't make sense in my mind because it just seemed like a bunch of, witchcraft.
Explain meridian lines. Like how your body is like cut up or like what?
So it's like, if I could pull up a chart, honestly, it's literally like drawing lines from head to toe.
I'm going to get beer quickly. Keep talking. Draw a line head to toe.
Yeah, draw lines head to toe, tons of columns. And then it's like whatever aligns on that column or in that line, it means those systems are connected.
So it's these like... It's like these diagrams that you see in the TCM clinics, right? Like these lines, and then it's like the Da Vinci thing, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's like saying like this part of your lung could be related to this part of your colon, which anatomically does not make sense.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it's saying if this part is if this circle is dark, that means down here is unhealthy. So for me, it didn't make sense at all because.
That's so interesting because that's exactly what I did for acupuncture for me. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. But so I had sciatica down my right leg, and they pricked my left hand.
Oh, nerves are different though.
Oh, okay.
Nerves are different, but they were going through like an organ system base. Yeah.
But this also reflects acupuncture, doesn't it?
So the belief in acupuncture is about twinging on the specific nerve. And the nervous system, of course, is all connected to your spine, your spinal column, your
But they always did it in opposite. Mm-hmm. Like if you had a left leg problem, they would acupuncture your right leg because their idea is that they're stimulating blood from the other leg and they're moving it through the body, and henceforth moving the qi and clearing out the moisture.
Right.
I think that's
that's where it doesn't click for me.
I don't care.
I'm just that.
Really?
I'm just happy as long as you get better. I feel like it's part placebo effect. You're gonna want to believe what they tell you. You're clearing the chi out from your body and things like that. And power to you if it helps, right? But to me, like in my mind, it does not make sense.
Have you ever had like a really bad injury?
No, I haven't. So that might be why I don't really. Conform to the whole meridian line stuff.
Yeah. I would love to see more studies on this. I think when we had George on, like we talked about this as well. Like these are the type of studies that I would love to kind of see translate into mass public.
Yeah. It's definitely a growing field.
Yeah.
In the West, there's a lot more push towards Eastern medicine lately.
Yeah.
Right? Because a lot of people just are anti-medication lately. They don't want to rely on this chemical.
I'm 100% there.
Drug to feel better, and they want more holistic philosophical methods to feel to heal themselves, which is great. I also believe in less chemicals you needed to rely on, the better your life will be. You will feel cleaner, essentially.
And you're allowed to say that now because you're a doctor.
That is true. My opinion is valid.
Absolutely, man. Cheers. You're the second doctor we've had on after George. He's awesome. This is how you know it's an Asian podcast. We are 10 episodes in. We've had 2 Indians and 2 doctors.
I know. I actually took note of this the other day. I was like, wow, Steven's really reeling them in.
Dude, we got some incredible people coming up. Like, I'm really making an effort to diversify out of our circle. Like, I'm trying to get on this. My friend Adele, who is on, he introduced me to a bunch of different people, and they're like Iraqi Canadian.
Nice.
Like, how cool would that be?
Yeah.
You know, and like a lot of Jordanian ones, you know, and that was really my goal for this, was to get like a diverse, like I can't wait till we get more like Japanese and Korean people on and everything.
True. Yeah.
Wait, I'm not done with TCM. Can we kind of go back quickly?
Totally.
Can we make a detour?
Totally.
Yeah. So I completely, going back to the injury thing, for me, I'm the opposite. So I had a herniated L5-S1 when I was 16, and I had back surgery. So I tried the Western way, and it was okay at 17 because my body recovered so quickly.
So, yeah.
And I re-herniated at about 22, and I was just my body was really tight, and I'm still really tight because I think people don't understand there's a difference between surgery and recovery. My surgery was successful. My recovery was not. Like, physio did not do shit. Yeah. I was so stiff. I have back issues and everything, and that's recovery.
Yeah, surgery always has the additional risk of post-surgical complications itself. You know,
right? And so I was 22, and I had a re-herniated disc, and
you didn't want to go through another surgery.
That's what they recommended in Canada. Like, I'm sure Canada's health system is great, right? But like, they're just doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to do that. And I came here, and like the TCM people were like, you are fucking psycho if you did that. At 22, like 2 back surgeries? It's insane.
Yeah.
You know, so TCM for me is very different. Like, I had a great experience with it.
Yeah, and I'm really glad it did. I do truly believe it is at least a third placebo effect.
Sure.
Sure. And the rest can physiologically make sense too. You know, acupuncture can definitely relieve a lot of tension in that area, and once you have less tension from your surrounding muscles on your spine, then you might have less compression, which will help your herniation, right? So I can see why a lot of people turn that route. And I'm pretty sure if I had a chronic debilitating injury where I couldn't even sit, I would also try anything in my power and avoid surgeries at such a young age.
Dude, surgery is like, when you have back surgery, it's no good, man. No bueno.
Yeah, definitely no bueno.
No bueno.
There's a saying, like, you should only really be opened up 3 times in your life.
Okay.
Up until you're like 90.
Yeah.
You know, crack a chest maximum 3 times.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about like relationships.
Oh, no. I mean, like, surgically opened up.
I'm kidding.